Hello, hello. I'm trying to get some lighting. Welcome. Torch Health. Torch Health here. As we enter in, may we all just take a breath. Take a moment of time. It's pretty exciting. Feels really blessed. Thank you for coming. It's our opening. And we're just going to go gentle. We just got off an hour of training. And as we enter this weekend, the 6 days of amazing international speakers, there's a lot happening with the world. And there's no greater time than to mention to ourselves the light needs to be lit. And I didn't mean to do this, but my candle was lit and it went right underneath, like on my desk. And I just want to send this beautiful, beautiful little light to you too. And here, this actual little temple building was given to me by Michio and Aveline Kushi as a gift of being a macrobiotic teacher. And I've been helping with people from all over the world with health for many years. So for me, Torch Health means significance because Torch started with Torch Health. Province should be on soon. We've got amazing people tomorrow. I'm not sure how long we'll stay on tonight, but I'm going to share a little bit of some of the work we've been doing. As you see in my background, I teach the 5 elements of health. And so that's what I'm going to be teaching this week. And as I make, the ideas around how we can make a difference, you can go on our website that we are doing for this Torch Health, and it's actionsofimpact.com/Torch Health. And as the preparation takes whatever it takes, no matter who you are trying to do, I think my camera needs to go down. I'll just take this off for a minute. This moment of having an evening, having the lights on in the back, realizing that the 3 candles are lit behind me and there'll be some movement. The torch candle burns, and it burns bright because this torch family has been pretty amazing. And as you look at the list of speakers, I hope you will go on here and just see what's happening. It's pretty exciting. And on the connection field, good of the whole, Om Mani Padma Hum is being chanted. So I feel like maybe we're going to just look at that chant for a minute. That's from the Hindu chant. It's a beautiful light chant. Om Mani Padma Hum. Om Mani Padma Hum. Om Mani Padma Hum. If we go into the Christian chant, we'll be reading probably from some of those this week, from St. Francis. But I thought I'd open up with Technicon because how to love. I think love is the greatest healer that we could ever have. And as I drop in with you after a busy day of work, after a busy day of technology, I really want to read a few things like this so we get started. Each of us learn the art of nourishing happiness and love Everything needs food to live, even love. Everything needs food to live, even love. If we don't know how to nourish our love, it withers. If we don't know how to nourish our love, it withers. When we feed and support our own happiness, we are nourishing our ability to love. When we feed and support our own happiness, we are nourishing our ability to love. That's why to love means to learn the art of nourishing our happiness. And on this little booklet, there's a little bowl of food. And as we start this action of impact, me taking an action, a simple action for global change, I just picked this book off my shelf. I didn't pick this reading beforehand, but I opened to it. And isn't it amazing what love and health have to do with each other? So I think this will be our initial reading for every event that we start this next 6 days, because I think it came to us from the gifts of the Spirit. As I moved into doing this event, hello, Mushtaq, why don't you come on? Come say hi. As we move into the nourishment of so much that is needed in the world, so much that is needed for us to love and to care and to have compassion for and to create for and to wonder, I deepen this moment of time, feeding our love. Thanks, Mushtaq. Each of us can learn the art of nourishing happiness and love. Everything needs food to live, even love. If we don't know how to nourish our love, it withers. When we feed and support our own happiness, we are nourishing our ability to love. That's why to love means to learn the art of nourishing our happiness. Thanks, Mushtaq, for coming on. So we start this event. Mushtaq was in the beginning of the Torch family. He is Torch Environment. He hasn't been on, he's been in school. And as he is here, it's very special because he started with the Torch many years ago when we started this adventure. So it's super nice that you're here. I'm going to use sacred oils over the whole week, and I'm going to actually teach about oils because the sacredness of oils happened millions of years ago. The oils have been used to bless people for years, and I'm going to use the sacred frankincense as my initial oil for the weekend. And I'm going to use the abundance because this is for, the whole event is for 10 million heirloom seeds, HEIRLOOM, 10 million seeds to get to 1 million children. And that's why we're doing this event. So I hope that you'll go on and touch base as we open up to so many areas of our lives that need nourishment. With COVID happening all over the world, It's such an important piece to create, to open, to understand each other, to love one another. This idea of abundance is not about money. And I think there's no greater time than COVID to teach us that there's no greater time to love. There's no greater time to give abundant love to the world. And there's no greater time than to care for others as we open the ceremony of Torch Health. So I'm going to take a couple breaths. I'd like you to take some breaths with us. Please see the schedule. It's going across the bottom here. You can go on there and watch for the first, I think we've got the first 3 days or 2.5 days done. There'll be speakers all the way till the 15th. And on the 15th, we're going to be doing amazing work with a beautiful brother that's going to close us out, Sahar, and he's going to play some sacred music. So I hope you'll join us through the week and see what's going on. And I hope you'll go to that page and sign up and really look at how you can be of difference to the children of the world. So I'm going to add the StreamYard if you want to come on tonight. This is what you'd plug into your browser. And we can take up to, I think, 10 people at a time. And what I'd like from this evening is for you to pick something that nourishes your health. And before you come on, I want you to stop and I want you to take a moment. And if no one comes, we'll shut down a little early, but we're going to keep this flowing for a while. I'll do some readings. I'll do some ideas about the history of Torch. And I'll bring forward what it means for me, how loved I've been in this group of people, in this amazing group of committed people. Committed people to know how much we've spent time. And I kind of love that the light is there, and there's the moment that you know that your light sometimes is dim. And right now I light this candle for the first night of Hanukkah. It's really special that Hanukkah is here, so I hope some of our friends will come on for Hanukkah and show us their menorah. I would love that. The first day of Hanukkah is the Festival of Lights. So for Torch to open up on the first day of Hanukkah is very precious to me. From so many of us that have been nourished by our parents, I'm going to bring in my mother and my father. This was a little vase from Thanksgiving, and my mother had it on her table. And I'm sure it came from my grandparents because I've seen pictures. But this was always filled at the holidays with beautiful flowers, beautiful things, through starting Thanksgiving. So I bring my parents in for this moment of health because I think our ancestors, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our great-great-great-grandparents, and our great-great-great-great-grandparents all have to come to this table for the next 6 days. And I ask all of them to be present to us as we open up this evening Torch Health. 6 days of impact. 6 days of speakers. We have maybe 30 speakers. And Mushtaq, please send me a link, send me a message, and come and speak. We would love to have you. So the ancestors are so precious. I read something out of Rudolf Steiner, this little book, The Calendar of Your Soul. So I'm going to really talk to you about our ancestors through this little book and see what he has to say on this week, December 8th week, the week of December 8th. He goes by a week with this little book, but it's so precious. And I haven't read this before tonight, but here we are. Within my being's depth there speaks, intent on revelation. The cosmic word mysteriously imbue your labor's aims with my bright spirit light to sacrifice yourself through me. Within my being's depths, there speaks intent on revelation. The cosmic word mysteriously imbue your labor's aims with my bright spirit light to sacrifice yourself through me. It's a beautiful saying, and it won't be the last time I read that. So I'm going to sit with that for a minute. What does it mean to brighten your spirit through this time when so many people are dying? What does it mean to brighten your spirit through people that have died? People that have lost children? People kids that have lost parents? Adults that have lost parents? What does it mean to brighten the spirit through this time of COVID? We're going to do so many wonderful things this week. 6 days. 6 days of impactful actions that people said yes to. And there's no greater time than when I was a mom with these two little ones. These are my older two children. And they're holding a daikon radish. And this daikon radish I grew in my own garden. And this is Adam and Brianna. And this picture was taken, and behind them are tomatoes that are on our rail. And this was in Chicorowa, New Hampshire, where I grew up, in that about a half hour from there. I was born about a half hour from there. And this Muli in Pakistan, when I got to go to Pakistan, is grown all over. And when I went to the organic farm, the whole garden out front was filled with Muli. I believe that's what it's called, so please don't reprimand me. One of you will come on, hopefully, and really take heart. If you go on this Actions of Impact /Torch Health, you'll see all of our speakers starting tomorrow morning. So I'm not going to mention them right now. But if you want to come on StreamYard with me, I'm going to talk a little bit about my mothering and how it taught me about health. Because I think it's important that I bring my children in, because if you look at their smiles and their smirks and their funniness, these two lit up my early years of being a mom. And I look at my granddaughter and she looks like her mommy. And I look at my grandson and he looks like his daddy. And they are both parents now with little children. And as I look at this, when I bring the preciousness of parenting to the table, I hope all of you can give Thanksgiving right now to your parents, to the ones that raised you, to the gift of anything that is bringing you in. Because as you enter in to your own heart, your own life path, things happen. And this beautiful spiral of history for me, this humanity within me, gives you a little bit of the preciousness that has been in my life. Now, daikon is one of the great foods to discharge fat. So if you come to my class on the 5 elements here, you'll be learning a lot about the different seasons and the different ways that health makes a difference. If you can follow the seasons. I'm only deeply, I can't even say, I am so grateful to be here. I am so grateful what we put together. I am so grateful for what the impact happened through starting at Earth Day. And we created this amazing time. And I can't tell you, but 10 million seeds. Here's our poster man. 10 million seeds to 1 million children is quite the gift. 10 million seeds to 1 million children. Thank you, Abdullah. Abdullah's here making posters for us. He and I have been working really diligently. So heirloom seeds. Maybe Jeffrey Smith will come in and talk to us about heirloom seeds if we get lucky this weekend. So as I continue to share this vision, 10 million seeds to 1 million children, we're raising money. And you can go here and you can sign up and it'll help get seed packets into children's hands. And I hope you really take some time to do that. And I really hope that you'll take some time to be with us. Let's see here what I want to share next. I'm going to share a precious little movie. First, I'm going to go to this little moment and we're going to take a moment of meditation. Let's see here. We're going to take that off and we're going to. And as we go hours again, this is what the Torch family does. We go hours to take an action of impact 4 times a year for the next generations, 4 times a year for global change, 4 times a year to look at what we need. And by meditating on just that small little, we're going to meditate for a few minutes. Alexa, play some Bach.
Shuffling songs by Johann Sebastian Bach on Amazon Music.
We're going to put some Bach music on. Alexa, turn it up. Alexa, turn it up. And let's just take a minute to pray for our vision and our mission and our action of impact. Alexa, stop. That was pretty funny. I went on live and I saw that the app itself did not work very easy. So if we take a few minutes and just pray, it always stops us and puts us back in. So I'm going to share with you this school. And this school is in Balochistan. And I'm going to give you a little bit of history lesson now, but I'm going to share the movie first, and then I'll share it after. And I always start with this with Torch events because it brings forward this deeper witness of how we help each other. And this particular school did not have plants in the yard. It did not have any gardens. It had no doors in the room. Didn't have a computer lab. Had one solar panel that was broken and one that was okay. Had no electricity. And you can see what happened after 6 months. And now this is probably taken after its second year. But I want to play this video for you.
Hello friends, I would like to show you our school. This is our school signboard. Inside of our school, friends, this is a solar school. You can see our solar. This is all beautiful. You can see the flowers. It's a green school. We would like to show you the computer lab. Hello teacher. Yes, this is the computer lab. You can see all the kids are learning different programs. So, hello Isanda, what are you doing?
I'm learning typing properly.
Yes. What would you like to say about Torch family?
Long live Torch family.
Hello? Yes, what would you like to?
Thank you, Mama Line for seeds.
Yes, Mr. Hussain.
Mama Line, you are so kind.
I will support you and the Torch family, and we are proud to be working with you and also working under your leadership. Thank you so much.
So there we are, is our little school in Balochistan. I hope you enjoyed. The gift of giving. I'm going to read now into Henry Thoreau and Walden and what nature gives us and our vision to bring 10 million heirloom seeds to children is so important. We're moving into winter. were all quieting down. He said, after a still winter night, I woke with the impression that some question had been put to me, which I had been endeavoring to vain to answer in my sleep, as what, how, when, where. But there was dawning nature, in whom all creatures live, looking in at my window, my broad windows, with serene and satisfied face, and no question on her lips. I woke to an answered question, to nature and daylight. The snow lying deep on the earth, dotted with young pines, and the very slope of the hill on which my house is placed seemed to say, forward, forward. Nature puts no question and answers none which we mortals ask. She has long ago taken her resolution. O Prince, our eyes contemplate with admiration and transmit to the soul the wonderful and varied spectacle of this universe. The night veils without a doubt a part of this glorious creation, but day comes to reveal to us this great work, which extends from earth even into the plains of the ether. Then to my morning work. First I take an axe and pail and go in search of water. If that be not a dream, after a cold and snowy night, it needed a divining rod to find it. Every winter, the liquid and trembling surface of the pond, which has so sensitive to every breath and reflected every light and shadow, becomes solid to the depth of a foot or a foot and a half, so that it will support the heaviest teams. And perchance the snow covers it to an equal depth. And it is not to be distinguished from any level field, like the marmots in the surrounding hills. It closes its eyelids and becomes dormant for 3 winters or more. Standing on the snow-covered plain, as if in a pasture amid the hills, I cut my way first through the foot of the snow, and then a foot of ice, and open a window under my feet, where kneeling to drink, I look down into the quiet parlor of the fishes, pervaded by a soft light as through a window of ground glass, with its bright sanded floor, the same as in summer. There a perennial waveless serenity reigns, as in the amber twilight sky, corresponding to the cool and even temperate of the inhabitants. Heaven is under our feet, as well as over our heads. Heaven is under our feet, as well as over our heads. Walden. Thoreau was a great speaker of nature. And when you think about seeds getting to children, there's so much that can be told about seeds. I'm going to bring out another writing, and this is a new book by Alex Jack, Spiral of History. The spiral of history is portrayed as a contracting spiral, moving centripetally inward from the periphery to the center, and from the prehistoric era, roughly 15,000 or more years ago, to about 2030 to 2040 and beyond. The iconic images beginning at the top left generally flow chronically. So he's doing a history of all that's happened with man. And as you start looking at the waves of light, the Fibonacci drawing that all of us so much know, many of us know, gives us the knowledge and the wisdom of how much this great universe, hello Usman, this great universe. So it's the relationship between the golden spiral and the golden rectangle. This is that drawing. The universal relationship is linked to Fibonacci's series of numbers named by Leonardo Fibonacci, a medieval mathematician. It begins with 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. Each number is the sum of two preceding numbers after the first few numbers. The ratio between every number and its preceding number approaches the ratio of each divide. In astronomy, the golden ratio appears in such relationships as orbital periods of the Earth and Venus, the relation of the radii of the Earth and Moon, and the rings of Saturn. In nature, the petals of the flowers, the leaves of the trees, and components of other plants exhibit the same proportion. The spiral arrangement of leaves on a stem is called phyllotaxis. For example, buttercups and roses have 5 petals, pine cones 8 spirals, black-eyed Susan 13 petals, daisies 34 petals, sunflowers 55, and 89 spirals. Such spiral patterns in nature allow maximum exposure to sunlight, rain, and pollinating insects. Similar ratios are found throughout the animal kingdom. For example, a hawk's wing, I've got a wing here, a little feather, I should say, not a wing. It kind of fell out of a book last week, so that's great. But look at the amazing artistry of what a feather is on a bird, and the artistry of nature herself. It's quite phenomenal. And I have niblets here, and even the almond. If you look at an almond, I wonder if we can get it up to the light. Let's put it up here. The almond has the shape of the flame, actually. But you can look into, I brought carrots as well. A carrot has a form of circle inside. So when you look at nature herself, she's always amazingly powerful to watch, to look, to embrace. So the spiral emergence of photons, cosmic background radiation, elementary particles, composite particles, elements, and compounds, including the relative speed of light, from superluminal motion to slowed down light that is passed through a superconductor. The spiral sequence of condensation and diffusion in the formation of nebulae, stars, galaxies, clusters, and superclusters. the centripetal and the centrifugal forces that form the Earth cause it to rotate on its axis and revolve around the sun. The approximately 220 million year cycle of the solar system around the center of the galaxy, biological evolution over the course of 3.8 billion years from the spiral appearance. So as we go through this next few days, I'll be reading out of this book because I really believe it's a very important book for our time. It's a very important book, and I was so pleased. I called Alex immediately and I said, thank you. I've been waiting for this work because studying understanding of the unifying principle for as many years as I have, and as a theologian, I use these oils because they're plants. And I hold a stone usually in my pocket, but these two stones are regularly near my bed, a white and a black stone. And I hold them with preciousness of this beautiful earth. Because when we hold on to the preciousness of nature, she gives us it back. And so this week, you're going to have cooks, you're going to have meditators, you're going to have so many different people to join us for this event. I can't tell you, people came out of the woodwork and said yes. And I thanked a lot of people today. I just thanked a lot of people. And I told them, you showed up awesome. And I spelled awesome wrong. I'm going to take that off and fix my spelling. There we go. Oops. Has to be capital. Me and my spelling this week. I did some. There we go. You showed up awesome. You said yes. And so many people showed up. So I hope you share this out and go to many, 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 many friends this week to share it out, to engage with us, to be part of us. It's gonna be magic. And like every torch event, people show up and, it might start slow. And in macrobiotics, there's a saying, the bigger the front, the bigger the back. The last becomes first, the first becomes last. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute and I'm going to put our meditation girl back up. And if you'd like to come on, all you have to do is go to this link and come on. And I'll let you come up and in. So we're going to put our movie on one more time. And then we're going to meditate for a little longer and I'm just going to take a moment. And here is our sweet little movie, our little school that touches my heart. And I want to give a big, abundant shout out to all the people that said yes this week, to say yes to Torch, yes to Torch Health, yes to my children that helped raise me, yes to the earth, yes to nature, yes to 5 days of impact. That was our last event. It was really amazing. And as you move into this next eco-inspired living event, this event is going to rock you, and it's going to open you, and it's going to give you the opportunity to really look at what seeds can do for kids. And it's going to give you the opportunity for how we as a humanity live from such a rich background of life. So here's our little torch school.
Hello friends, I would like to show you our school. This is our school signboard. Inside of our school, friends, this is a solar school. You can see our solar. This is all beautiful. You can see the flowers. It's a green school. We would like to show you the computer lab. Hello, teacher. Yes, this is the computer lab. You can see all the kids are learning different programs. So, hello, Isanda, what are you doing?
I'm listening to soccer.
Yes. What would you like to say about Taj family?
Long live Taj family.
Hello? Yes, what would you like to?
Thank you, Mama Line for seeds.
Yes, Mr. Hussain.
Mama Line, you are so kind.
I will support you and the Taj family, and we are proud to be working with you and also working under your leadership. Thank you so much.
There we are. And I'm texting, telling my team, come on. So I'm going to do a couple more minutes of quiet meditation. And I'm going to take a couple of moments to reflect this time on this reading. Within my being's depth, there speaks intent on revelation, the cosmic word mysteriously. Imbue your labor's aims with my bright spirit light to sacrifice yourself through me. Please go and see our 6-day event schedule. Please know why we're doing it. We're doing it so that 10 million children, 10 million heirloom seeds can get into the hands of 1 million children for schools like Raymont's. They had seeds from me, and the school took off, and all the children now, all over the world, need seeds to grow. And I hope, if nothing else, you'll buy a pack of seeds and give it to a child. If you do nothing else. But if you want to contribute, please go to our actionsofimpact.com/torch health. And it would be a great contribution for you to really help us with this mission. Because we're connecting kids to kids through our mission. We're connecting kids to kids through our cornerstone programs and our curriculum of peace, health, environment, and tech. So I'm going to just put our little meditation girl up, and we're just going to take a moment.